and gentlemen, bout number 9 on the card tonight. This is the co-main event of the evening. It will be contested over 5 3-minute rounds, and the winner will be the CMT 83-kilogram champion. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner with a 31-fight, 19-win record, 6 by way of a knockout. He stands 190 centimeters tall, weighing in at 82.7 kilograms. Trained out of the corporate box. Please give it up for Brad Traynor. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a 22-fight, 16-win record, 7 by way of a knockout. He stands 187 centimeters tall, weighed in at 83 kilograms even, trained at a top-tier Muay Thai. He is the reigning, defending CMT 83-kilogram champion, ladies and gentlemen, Chris AK-47 Bradford.
And I'll tell you what, that's a rousing introduction by one of the best in the business. Fight MC Dave Mack gives to the man from Geelong, Chris Bradford, defending his 83-kilo title. I know there are a lot of people from Corporate Box in Brisbane watching, not only just here but on the live stream. We thank you, we welcome you. But I think it's fair to say that this is a task for both of these men, because both of them, Brad Hull, are capable of ending each other on their day.
Yeah, both quality fighters. They've been here before. I think we might see a bit of a different fight. From memory, when I saw Brad last, he didn't look as conditioned. He's training out of the Corporate Box gym. I don't know if he was at that particular time, so he's got all that experience behind him. And
he's wearing pink.
Yeah.
Nothing says I'm ready to punch on like a guy who puts pink trim on his running shorts.
Yeah, and Chris Bradford is not just known for his fighting ability. He's actually a really quality trainer that's coming through. He's got some top boys. In fact, some of my boys have taken on his boys, and we didn't come away with a win there. And
shout out to Paddy Richards and
Paddy
a few
Richards,
and the Brunton brothers.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good match. Like I said, looks a lot more conditioned, this one. So
he does look in good nick, and you got to turn up in good nick against Bradford. A correction to the earlier announcement made. This one's sponsored by Quest Environments. Darren and Steve, who actually are part owners or maybe whole owners, I'm not sure, in top tier gym, and are big supporters of Muay Thai around Australia.
They're
champion blokes.
Well,
Steve is.
They're a huge help for Muay Thai in Australia and top tier.
As is the man to my right, John Gaggiano, sitting next to me from JPS Coatings. Big thank you to them as well, to him and his wife Claudine.
Yeah, the sport can't do it without the sponsors, and there's some guys there maybe sitting on the fence watching these things. You guys make the difference. Even if you just put your logo on, buy a table, help out a couple of fighters, you don't know how much it does for the sport.
You get to feel a part of such a great event, and this one now beaming live around the world. Bradford versus Traynor. Traynor in the pink and black. Bradford, the one pressing forward with the blue ankle guards and the white trunks. Cops a couple of teeps, push kicks for the layman, and then says, there you go, I'm going to tie you up. Early doors, both men getting busy, just feeling each other out, even though they fought before. Some things might have changed.
Has anyone got, have you guys know how old Chris is?
Chris Brad, I think he's 36.
Mid-30s. Mid-30s.
Yeah, and Traynor's what? He's 30?
Brad is the younger by a good 5 years.
Yeah, okay.
By my reckoning.
Sometimes that can be the big difference here. If Brad Traynor can just hang in here with this, obviously Chris has taken his time.
He is indeed. And let's not forget, Chris Bradford finished his last CMT opponent to get this belt, Chris Johnson. And Chris Johnson's no cream puff.
Yeah.
And finished him in the first round and finished him in no uncertainty. So
he's pressing forward. He's definitely an aggressor. He wants this win.
I mentioned this before, boys. These two I don't think like each other all that much, and they're both really nice guys, the type of guys who like most people. So for them not to be entirely fond of each other sets off for a good match as Bradford presses forward again. Traynor at this stage happy to just move around the side of the ring or get pushed into the the cage rather, as he did in that instance. Bradford again, the straight technique's working very well for him. that inside kick to the lead leg, although Traynor with a really flat stance. There doesn't seem to be much depth in that stance. It's really front on.
Yeah, he's almost just like walking in when his hands are quite wide open. I'm just going to knock your block off as soon as I get close to you.
I think it's because Brad Traynor is so conscious of lateral movement that his feet are side to side.
Yeah.
It's only now when he moves back that he moves into proper stance. If you watch him when he starts to move side to side, those feet square up, and all of a sudden he's front on. Which the problem with that is it gives more things like that left body rip and that right body shot. As I say that, you expose yourself to big shots. Remarkably, he's up because those two hurt. He'll be saved by the bell, I would think, on this round.
It was the left that hurt him.
The right was just an icing on the cake for Bradford. Traynor tries to lead with aggression to get himself through the last 10 seconds of this round. Bradford knows he's tender under those ribs. He hits it again, but the man from corporate box is standing there in front of him. Tentative left leg kick. A ferocious end. Chris Bradford really stamped that one and said, I'm here to hurt you.
Yeah, I think Chris Bradford, I think he knows what to do. I think he's done his research. He knows that Brad Traynor's been stopped in the body before. I think that's what he's doing. He's being aggressive and he's looking for that body shot to finish it.
I ask you, Dave, when a guy keeps moving in one direction, doesn't that just set him up for a body rip? Because you know he's going side to side to side to side to side. So you just get him into a corner of the, I would imagine, the cage, and then go fire off that left-right body rip.
Well, that's the thing. He's pressing himself up against the cage and guarding his head, so his body is wide open. And with the power Chris Bradford possesses, it's not a great idea.
Seconds down.
They'll have a huge, Chris Bradford's fighting for the whole of Melbourne. They've got a huge, he's very popular down there, and they've got a huge fan base. So
there'll be a lot of people in Geelong watching. Beautiful Detroit, one of my favourite places, and Bradford. He's saying, hit me again. But I don't know if that always works. Some fighters need to get hit in order to switch on. Chris Bradford's not one of those. No. He loves to trade, but he's a very methodical, technical fighter, and he's stalking right now. And Brad Traynor, the problem is he's not throwing any straight techniques to keep Chris Bradford walking back. He's just moving side to side in the same range. There's that teep again. It needs to be stronger. It's got to be trying to kick. He's got to be trying to break ribs or, puncture a spleen or do something.
There's those ribs again.
Body again. He's really got to get off the cage. He's got to get the middle and use
Bradford
those kicks
has controlled
like
center ring and just walked around picking him off as he pleases. And if it goes high, it's the old one too. It goes high, the hands go up. So let's keep an eye out. Brad Traynor already trying to finish this early.
Yeah, look, because take nothing away from Chris. He's just one strong walk-up guy. Like, he's calling him on. Brad threw some really hard shots, and
there's a better kick.
Chris just walked through it. Like, he's just walking through everything. Yeah. He is a machine.
It's a tale of a bloke who's very strong walking forward. He's all hands. Bradford, 3, 4, 5 uppercuts. Changes over, says, how about a right crossing elbow? How about 2 and 3? Traynor gets him with the spinner. Adjusts the shorts and says, you want to throw down, son? I'm here all night. Here we go, Bradford and Traynor measuring off again. Almost over in that one. Traynor firing off with some starch. We've been calling for it in the first few rounds. Bradford says, I know those ribs are still hurting. I'm going to go high-low on you at this stage. They back off. Bradford again with a jab. Traynor scores again. Bradford says, that didn't hurt me. But we all know, boys, every spinning elbow hurts. But Bradford is a wounded bull, and he's not happy. In the white trunks, the man from Geelong wants to finish it. He's calling on Traynor. All of Brisbane behind, screaming on the live stream as we speak. Probably telling me to pipe down, but it is so big here at CMT4. Big men who know what they're doing. Throwing shots. Bradford forward again. Traynor with his third spinning elbow of the round. This is electric.
Yeah, he's starting to find his range a bit better, Brad Traynor. He knows he's got to pick it up. He's been dropped twice with that body, and Chris Bradford's just going to Lionel Richie that body shot all night long.
There he goes. It only took him 9 fights, but he's in. Daddy Cool Beecham. And I thought it was the guy on your walkouts who had all the class.
Well, that's another Michael Chiavello quote. I stole that.
Yeah, it'd be great to have a man of the voices quality, but we don't. We've only got me, you, and Brad Hull at this stage for what is a cracker fight. A big hello to Chiavello if he happens to catch it. Traynor, 4 spinning elbows in a round.
End of the round.
And were those 4 elbows in any way enough?
Well, he did get dropped with the body shot, but he did. That is a better round for him. I think he'll get a bit of confidence out of that. What I'd like to see Chris do is he's going for that body shot all the time. I'd like to see him maybe concentrate on the leg or something, try and take his mind off it, and then go back to the body once he's forgotten that his body's sore. Go to the leg for a bit, and then come back and try and snatch that body out. Everything he's been hit with from Brad hasn't really phased him. He's got his hands down. He's getting caught with that spinning elbow. I think he does need to give him a bit more respect, and I think he will as the fight goes on. He's got to get them hands up.
Yeah, I'd like to see Chris just slow down a bit. You mentioned earlier, like maybe get some kicks, chop the leg a little bit. Brad's a younger man, and he's still in there.
Yeah, charging forward like this, it may make you look like the tougher bloke, but it also opens you up for potential problems.
Well, a lot of the fight goes.
That's a push kick. He needs to bring that in a bit more.
Yeah.
Again, Bradford goes to work on the body, tries a step-in elbow, trying to really put Brad Traynor to sleep. And that's what can happen when two guys, let's be honest, aren't the biggest fans of each other. You can sometimes lose the method needed to win a fight. And you can lose it, you get a bit angry.
Yeah, your emotions take over, and you can punch yourself out. That can definitely happen, but
yep.
I think Brad's biggest thing is he needs to get off that cage. He needs to get his push kick going.
Interesting thing to pick up there. Traynor did not miss a spinning elbow in the previous round. The first one missed, and it's the simple technique, isn't it, boys, of closing the distance to take that spinning elbow out of the equation. What you would do, say, Dane, if you were fighting Mikey Thompson or someone like that who you knew, you close the distance.
Yeah. With the spinning elbow, if you get in close then and you get your head on their chest or you get in close, they can't hit you with it, but it's easier said than done.
It is indeed. Plenty of people have fallen to the tomahawk. Lovely exponent of the spinning elbow he is, and we'd love to see him again in the cage. He's only been in here once, and he dispatched Poncenet, if you don't mind. Bradford downward elbow gave Traynor a haircut. No, well, it's no use getting told afterwards. That's still going to sting, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, I don't know what the call for there was.
I thought that was legal, personally.
I think in some rules, different section bodies, I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to argue with Brad Vicali. He's as good as they get. He reffed me in Kappa.
I don't know about you guys, but Chris has definitely slowed down a lot.
Definitely.
And Brad, on the other hand, he's still doing the same thing, but he's a little bit more effective. He's a little bit better on his feet. I don't think he's outpointing.
It's funny, though,
Chris,
because Traynor's still on the ropes as he comes in again above our commentary position for some more crossing elbows. But it's almost a reverse in their movement.
Yeah,
from the last. I mean, the first few rounds we have Bradford stalking, moving well, coming in, picking off. Traynor's still on the outskirts. He's still on the cage, but he's picking off a lot better than he was in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, he's really growing. Like Brad said, he's young, he's fit, but he's getting more and more confident. And if he doesn't get caught, then he might just keep building.
There we go. He moves out laterally off Bradford. Finally getting the idea of not standing there and trading. Bradford starting to gas a little, it seems.
Yeah, he looks a bit tired. I'd like to see Brad use his push kick, but also he's a tall guy. He come in with that knee. Bradford's just standing right in front of him. If he comes in with that long out of range knee,
Yeah, good call, Dana. He sort of just keeps on him, and every now and then that push kick's working. Just change it up. Don't push kick, but land it and throw the knee.
If you know a guy's tactic is to walk straight at you, then that surely has to be something that enters your psyche, doesn't it?
Well, when you're that tall, he's a nice tall guy. He's taller than Chris.
He's near on 2 meters.
He's going to run straight into it. You just step forward, keep your helmet on, and throw the knee out. You only need a few of those, and it's all over.
One has soaked up a lot of action, but neither of... Bradford hasn't got the win, and Traynor hasn't gone down, apart from the eight counts.
Yeah, I think win, lose or draw with Brad Traynor. If he really finishes strong these last 2 rounds and doesn't get the win on points, it's just going to make him one hell of a better fighter.
Well, it looks like he heard you, Brad Hull, because a couple of snapping elbows right onto the chin of the man from
That's the knee.
That's the knee.
That step-up knee.
Needs a bit more
Nostradamus, Dane Daddy Cool, you can hear his voice. He called for it a minute ago. You asking the taller trainer to use straighter, longer, rangier techniques. None of this pansy little inside thigh kick that he's got there. He's got to fire a teep that he's trying to break the guy's pelvis with.
Obviously the corner's experience there, the corporate box, the boys there have seen that, and and Brad's listening, and it might start working for him.
It just goes to show how good having experienced fighters in your corner is. You got Bruce McPhee and Azza in the corporate box, and they pick those sorts of things up. Conversely, Bradford still coming further forward, and I know Mick Archer will be telling him to put the pressure on because he wants to get Traynor in those ribs again, doesn't he?
Well, interestingly enough, he put a couple of low kicks on there, and I think that's what he needs to do on Brad.
Yeah, that's right. He needs
slow him down.
Needs to just take his mind off the body, chop his leg, get him thinking about how sore that is, and then go back to the body. That's what I'd do.
You're an evil man, Dane Beecham. You're an evil man. Here we are. It's the CMT 83-kilo title. The holder is Chris Bradford in the white shorts. In the black shorts alongside him, Brad Traynor, the challenger from Corporate Box Gym. Bradford, the men from Geelong, been walking forward all night. If you were scoring a fight basically on ring pressure and use of the ring, Chris Bradford would win every time.
Oh, he's clearly winning every round. He's outpointing him.
There it is again, boys.
Got one.
Up high with the right elbow, down low with the left. It's simple fight mathematics. Traynor on all fours. He will get up. He is a tough SOB, is Brad Traynor.
Bruce McPhee over there going off his head, telling him get up.
I'll tell you what, when I can hear Bruce from 20 metres away, you know he's screaming. And they'll be screaming in Brisbane at the corporate box. Traynor not happy. He's trying to keep Bradford's arms busy blocking instead of firing away. There's that spinning elbow. About the 10th time he's landed it in this fight. Bradford, as always, coming forward. Double jab, triple jab. He just wants to go high with the right and low with the left. He's looking for that all the time.
30 seconds.
30 seconds to go in the fourth round. CMT 83-kilo title. Thank you for joining us via cagemuaythai.com.au. This one brought to you by Quest Environments. Their charge is in the white. Chris Bradford from Geelong. Brad Traynor from Corporate Box in the black. Bradford telegraphing a spinning elbow there, or an upper elbow. There we go.
Yeah, interesting that Chris Bradford's not getting into the grapple, He knows he's weak in the body. There's been very limited grappling.
He walked in. We know what Chris is doing. He's just walking in, trying to destroy. So move around and set him up. Back himself a little bit.
Snipe him is exactly what you've got to do. You've got to snipe him if you want to win in this round. Clean shots will win it. The men come together. There's a small embrace and then an argument. It's like my sex life. But the only difference is these guys go for 3 minutes. Here we are, Bradford versus Traynor. Traynor with a 45 crossing elbow. Beautiful stuff. Bradford calls him on. Traynor kicking to the high section of Bradford there. Bradford still charging forward. Cops a little bit of a teep. Nothing to show as he moves forward, the man from Geelong. Traynor finally chopping the leg. We've been calling for a long time, but Bradford says, here's one back, son. They've got their gloves up again, the man in centre ring. Traynor needs a knockout to get this title off Chris Bradford. Otherwise, Bradford goes home and just polishes the silverware, Brad Hull.
Yeah, I think it's Brad's got to pull something out. Maybe set up that spinning elbow, but coming forward like this is much better. I just think he's just got to get confidence out of this fight. He looks as though he's far behind. He's got to knock him out. That may not happen.
Work rate's what's going to happen here because he's got to throw a lot of clean shots to drop a fighter of Chris Bradford's ability and experience. And that's what he's trying to do. And look, fair play to him. Outpointed, hitting the ribs. I've seen plenty of people, particularly off body shots, go down for good off lighter body shots than he's copped. Although this is trouble time. Bradford been warned. That second warning. Will referee Bradford Carley take a point? Is the question. He doesn't look like he's going to. He'd be a lovely grandfather, Bradford Carley, wouldn't he? He'd tell you a lot of stories.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
He's one of the best. We're really privileged to have him come over from the boxing arena, and
he's a champion, this BV. He tried desperately to not give me 4-8 counts in my fight against Warwick Kappa, but he did. Oh, Bradford! Bradford became the shoe of Brad Traynor. For half a second there.
Yeah, that one hurt too.
That hurt. There's a lot of clarity and a beautiful left body kick. You're right there, Brad. I tell you what, could this be? With a minute to go.
He's got to put the pressure on if he wants.
Bradford trying with a left hook over the top. Ducks under that spinning elbow. It's too telegraphed for mine at this stage from Brad Traynor. Once a fighter gets a successful technique, sometimes they rely on it. These boys have 60 seconds left.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Bradford in the white. He's got the title. Traynor in the black. He wants it. He needs a knockout. He's been on his butt for a lot tonight, which means he's down on points. Another spinning elbow lands. We got about 45 to go. Bradford not shutting up shop though. He's still coming forward. Can you believe this, Brad? Still coming forward. Jeff Fennick would have run off. He would have done laps of the joint. The teep, it's too late for the teep as Bradford steps in with a left hook. He's stalking, still stalking is the man from Geelong. Traynor has not done enough.
Oh, it's a finger.
What's he saying?
Finger in the eye.
He's saying he's been fingered. He's saying he has been fingered.
6.
Of course.
No, he's giving him a count for that. I don't know what he's.
He's missed it. He's had a call. Once the referee starts making a count, he can't take it.
Chris Bradford covering himself in his
But it
blood.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This has been a war.
We're off to the judges.
That's the end of the fight, guys. End of the fight.
An inauspicious end to that one.
And you know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether he got a count or not. He's been outpointed, but Brad should feel really happy the way he come back. His camp should be really happy the way he come back.
And disappointed as he is with that end.
Chris deserved it. He was a workhorse. He pushed forward the whole fight.
And there's, boys, we can see from our position that we've gone to some slow-mo action at the moment, but the boys, Preacher and Azza from Corporate Box Gym, the real godfathers of that gym, have grabbed their charge and said, mate, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You finished strong, and regardless, unless he knocked him out in that last round, unless he knocked him out in the last 2 rounds,
He'll be a better fighter for that.
he wasn't going to take the strap off Chris Bradford. That's the fact.
No, that's right. And he's just frustrated because finally he got some momentum and the bell's gone and it's got poked in the eye and it's all over. But he'll sit back and he'll go, you know what, I kept getting dropped, I could have given up, and I'll come back. And
I've noticed in a long time in in doing a lot of media stuff for fight stuff, no one talks about the scorecard.
Yeah.
What we're going to say tonight is these two blokes had a war which we would pay for every day.
Yeah.
And they're still carrying on in the ring there, so they're
they've come together. There's a bit of argy-bargy, a little bit of argument. I don't know why we're not taking this vision. Maybe because there's no kids watching. It's cage fighting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our co-main event 5-round war, brought to you by Quest Environments. And we go to the judges' scorecards. They have come back with a unanimous decision. And still, the CMT 83-kilogram champion, Chris, AK-47 Bradford. And please, while you're there, give it up for a man with a heart the size of a lion, Brad Traynor.